So, quick learning journal entry on what I've been doing this week. You might be able to tell from my screen I've been working on Articulate Rise, one of my favourite authoring tools. I'm one of the few people on my team who can actually use it, which is good. On a team of 60 odd, there's not a lot of people who can use it, and I have to admit I'm a little bit self-taught on it, so a lot of things I had to learn on the fly, if that makes sense. But the mission this week was to turn this, which is HSBC e-learning, into exactly the same HSBC e-learning. We'll just do a quick compare and contrast. The original version, which I run through, and my original version, which is pretty much the same. You're seeing this in the review forum, which is why your screen jumps ever so slightly. But when they're actually published, it will look exactly the same. The only difference being is this one's got a test on it. Now, I say it's got a test on it, but the person that got to build this actually disappeared with the files, put a test in, then filled it with nothing. They paid him and never saw him again. Whereas I've had confirmation that it doesn't need a test, so I removed the test section from mine and haven't duplicated that. So it's a good course, and that was the mission behind it, to take the existing course and completely duplicate it so it can be edited by HSBC as necessary. So if we give start course a quick click, and you'll see all the different bits it's got. It was quite an interesting experience. It's quite challenging to make things look exactly the same as they look in a different environment, but I've managed it. I'm quite pleased with it. Everything works as well, or if not better, than whoever made the original. Not to be too arrogant, you can see in Rise it's literally just a pull down. You just follow along, you read the things as it goes. So it's a little bit more passive. I've put in as much functionality as the original person put in, because that was the brief, to completely duplicate what was already there, which is fine and dandy, if a little bit irritating. It was tricky in some spots, because what I had to do is look at the original and work out what he did, what functionality he used, and then do the same myself with exactly the same images, which again is a little bit tricky, but I shan't bore you with that. So if we look at this section, for example, this section uses the timeline function. Now, personally, I would never have built it like that. I would just build in text blocks, or maybe flip cards if I was going to do do's and don'ts. But this is the way the original builder built it, so I had to build a timeline as well. It's not something I was particularly familiar with when it came to Rise, but I managed it. It's fine. Here it is, and here's my version. But it just looks a little bit cooler and easier to read, with a good continue button at the bottom. So I think my version is a little bit better, but I'm a little bit arrogant on that one, so I could be wrong. Learns for this is you don't know everything there is to do on Rise, because some bits of this I did have to Google, look up, find out, look on the communities to make sure that I understood what he did, and then put it into my own way of doing things. If there's time, and there wasn't on this, because the bank were really on our backs, how far have you got, how far have you got, how far have you got, every couple of hours. So we had to show immediate progress on it. But if I had the option, I would have completely read the original first, and would have been in a much better position to call out issues earlier on. As it stands, it was absolutely fine. It came off well. I've built it. It's gone to the customer for review. Touch wood, we won't see a lot of work back from it, but if there is, to be entirely honest with you, I can do it. I can do it quick, I can do it easy, and it will be absolutely fine. So thank you very much for your time today.